Good morning everyone. Today we discuss integrated wastewater treatment, eco-sand toilets and soil pollution. So first one is integrated wastewater treatment. People of Arcota. Arcota is a small town in California. They have given advice by Humboldt University or with the help of Humboldt University people, guidance, Arcota people involved in integrated wastewater treatment. So they collect the domestic sewage, household waste material into two overhead tanks. In each overhead tank, so they collect the domestic sewage into two overhead tanks. First step is sedimentation, filtration and chlorination. So they collect the domestic sewage from the entire town into two overhead tanks. So they store in the overhead tanks for a few days. So within 1 or 2 days, the impurities settle in the bottom, sedimentation. So later they filter and they add chlorine to filtered water. So chlorination, they spray the chlorine. So in this manner, most of the impurities are free from the domestic sewage by the first method, sedimentation, filtration and chlorination. Second step is they transfer the domestic sewage free from impurities, filtration, so free from the impurities. Still they contain heavy metals. The domestic sewage contain heavy metals. So they have taken 60 hectares land and converted into each one with 10 hectares marshy area. In the marshy area, they are rearing flora and fauna. Such flora and fauna, they remove the impurities. So they absorb, assimilate or neutralize the heavy metals. So in the second step, the domestic sewage is free from the heavy metals. Now they are using this water for various purposes. So now also the young people of Arcota is doing the integrated wastewater treatment on the name of Friends of Arcota Marsh. And these marshes are become the sanctuaries. Several animal species are protected. So integrated wastewater treatment, Arcota people with the guidance of Humboldt University, they develop the integrated wastewater treatment. First step is they collect the domestic sewage. Now collected the domestic sewage in two overhead tanks. So they keep the domestic sewage for few days. So sedimentation, the impurities settle at the bottom. They filtered and chlorinate the water. Later they transfer this water into 6 marshes. So each marsh is about 10 hectares, total 60 hectares. So in the marshes, 6 marshes, several plant and animal species are rearing. They absorb, neutralize or assimilate the heavy metals. Later, they use this water for various purposes. Till today, they are maintaining the integrated wastewater treatment in the name of Friends of Arcota Marsh. Next one is EcoSan toilets. EcoSan toilets are ecological sanitation. Ecological sanitation. EcoSan toilets are ecological sanitation. So EcoSan toilets. In EcoSan toilets, so generally we use, after using toilet, flush out. So several liters of water. If anyone, so everyone flush out at the time. So we waste the several liters of water. So it is a dry toilet. EcoSan toilets or ecological sanitation is a dry toilet. In the toilet, two halves are present. 6 months they use one half. So during defecation, fecal matter, urine collected separately. So next 6 months they use another half. So for example, January to June they use first half. From July to December they use another half of the toilet. At the time the fecal matter present in the first half converted into manure. So we can sell the manure. So wealth from the waste also. So in this manner, so we avoid pollution, water pollution. Generally they dump into nearby rivers. So prevent the pollution of human fecal matter in the rivers, streams, and finally into ocean. So in Mumbai, several gallons of human fecal matter every day dump into the ocean. So by ecological sanitation we prevent the water pollution. EcoSan toilets means dry toilets. Two halves. They use first half in first 6 months. Later they use another half. In the meantime, actually while using also, urine and fecal matter collected separately. The urine they spray on the plants also, the source of nitrogen. So next 6 months they use another half. The fecal matter present in the first half converted into manure. So in this manner, so avoid water pollution. EcoSan toilets are famous. So they are using some parts of Kerala and Sri Lanka. EcoSan toilets are used some parts in Kerala and in Sri Lanka. EcoSan toilets means dry toilet. They never use water. No need to flush out. Soil pollution. Soil pollution. Any substance thrown out as trash, waste material is known as soil pollutant, cause pollution. So maybe polythene carry bags, bottles, paper, vegetables. Similarly, the water from washing machines, human excreta. So the solid substances. So any substance thrown out as a trash cause pollution. So cause the fertility of the soil. Generally, in municipalities or in Gram Panchayati collect the garbage from offices and houses and they dump in dumping yard. Dumping yard. Panchayatis, municipalities or municipal corporations collect the garbage from houses, offices, dump in the dump yards. So they have dump yards in the outskirts of the cities or towns or villages, dumping yards. To reduce the garbage, they try to burn, not completely burn. So several garbage left over. So those are the breeding places for rats and different pathogen spreading organisms. So instead dumping yard, it is better to use sanitary landfills. Sanitary landfills. It is better to use sanitary landfills. So they dug the rectangular trenches, deep cavities, rectangular trenches. Rectangular trench. Every day they collect the garbage from different parts of the town, city and pour the garbage as a layer. Above the layer, one layer of soil. Next day again they collect, pour the garbage as layer. Above the layer, one layer of soil. So now the substances present in the garbage so slowly decompose. Here the problem of sanitary landfills is chemicals coming from the garbage pollute the groundwater. Chemicals oozes out are coming from the garbage pollute the groundwater. Pollute the groundwater is a problem in case of sanitary landfill. Actually, in case of solid pollutants, they should be separated as biodegradable. Non-biodegradable, recyclable. So they should separate the solid waste into biodegradable, non-biodegradable and recyclable substances. Kabadiwalas and rag pickers are doing great job. Kabadiwala means the merchants. So they purchase paper or bottles or waste plastic for recycling. They are known as kabadiwalas. Rag pickers. Some rag pickers with the help of gunny bag, some people collect only paper, some bottles, some plastic waste material. They are known as rag pickers. So they are doing good job in the separation of solid waste into biodegradable, non-biodegradable, recyclable. So they collect the recyclable, biodegradable substances. So they made deep trenches and pour the biodegradable substances. So within few months it converted into manure. So the municipalities or corporations or panchayatis may sell the manure. So wealth from the waste. Non-biodegradable. So discourage the usage of non-biodegradable substances. Instead, using polythene carry bag, it is better to use carry bags made up of cloth or made up of any substance that should be recyclable. So discourage the usage of non-biodegradable substances. E-waste means electronic waste. e-waste, electronic waste, irreparable computers, TV, mobile. So all electronic waste material, mixie. So like that, all electronic waste material known as e-waste. Developing countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh import e-waste material from developed countries and they recycled the e-waste manually, and they are suffering from some diseases also. Why they are to obtain, during recycling they obtained iron, silver, copper, gold. So developed countries so export more than 50% e-waste to developing countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. In these countries, they are manually recyclable and collect iron, silver, copper, and gold. So the best method for e-waste is dump in the sanitary landfills or burning at high temperature, incinerators. So as a result, it converted into ash. Hospital waste material. Hospital waste material should not throw along with the normal garbage. So they contain several disinfectant, pathogens, disease-causing organisms. So that's why hospital waste material should be burned in incinerator. So in incinerator, in presence of oxygen at 1200 degrees Celsius, they burn the hospital waste material. Pyrolysis. They burn the hospital waste material in the absence of oxygen at 1650 degrees Celsius. It is known as pyrolysis. In the absence of oxygen, they burn the hospital waste material at 1650 degrees Celsius. It is known as pyrolysis. Agrochemical waste material. Agrochemical waste material. So in the wake of green revolution, the farmers try to increase the yield. That's why they are using inorganic fertilizers. The inorganic fertilizers, they are using excess amount of inorganic fertilizers. The excess inorganic fertilizers, particularly nitrate, phosphate, washed into nearby water bodies. So the plants utilize the nitrates, phosphates. So plant growth increases, algal blooms. Abundant growth of algal blooms are formed. So during night time, available oxygen is not sufficient. Most of the fishes die. Further available oxygen decreases. So such water bodies unfit to live. They are also using pesticides, fungicides, insecticides. The pesticides, insecticides and fungicides not only kill the target organisms, they are also kill the non-target organisms. present in the soil like rhizobium and earthworms. Even though they are using fertilizers to increase the yield, so the useful organisms like earthworms, rhizobium die, so fertility of the soil decreases, yield also decreases. So that's why the farmer should not use excess amount of fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides and fungicides. So they are all pollute the nearby water bodies, pollute the earth. So responsible for death of rhizobium and earthworms. So fertility of the soil decreases. Radioactive waste material. Radioactive waste. So the main problem of usage of nuclear energy. Two problems for usage of nuclear energy. One problem is accidental leakage of radioactive substances. Accidental leakage of radioactive substances. If we expose it to radioactive substances, we inhale, cause severe mutation, rapid mutation, skin cancer. Examples: 3 Mile Island. 3 Mile Island in America. Chernobyl incident, Russia. So in 3 Mile Island, radioactive substances so emit from the industry. Similarly in Chernobyl also, due to leakage of radioactive substances, they abandoned several hundreds of acres. So they are developed countries, that's why so they can easily overcome the problem. In developing countries, it is not possible to abandon a huge area. So what happens if the people allow to stay, or the governments may allow the cattle to graze in that area? So the radioactive substances enter into the plants via roots while they are observing the nutrients, water, groundwater. From the plants they enter into grazing animal. So when the people consume milk of animals graze in places where leakage of radioactive substances took place, what happened? Enter into our human body, cause rapid mutations and cancer. So two problems of usage of nuclear energy. One is accidental leakage took place, one in 3 Mile Island at USA, Chernobyl in Russia. Second problem is disposal of radioactive waste material. Nowadays they keep the radioactive waste material in a sealed containers. Sealed containers and buried 50 meters in the ground surface, 500 meters in the ground. So some people oppose this method. What happen in future? Due to earthquake, the sealed containers contain radioactive substances may reach the surface. So at the time, several people, several organisms exposed to radioactive waste material, it may cause, so in future it may cause rapid mutations and skin cancer in human beings. So radioactive waste materials for nuclear energy, usage of nuclear energy, one is accidental leakage, another one is disposal of radioactive waste material. These are the two problems. So accidental leakage of radioactive substances, examples, one is a 3 Mile Island in USA, another Chernobyl. In these two places, radioactive substances, leakage of radioactive substances took place, so they abandoned several hundred kilometers of area. So no one allowed to that place, no animal is allowed to graze in that area. Next one is disposal of radioactive substance, another problem. Nowadays they keep the radioactive waste material in a sealed container and buried in the soil 500 meters from the earth surface. But some people argue it is also not the safest method. Reason is, in the same area, if earthquake occur in future, so the containers, so from the containers the radioactive substances comes out and pollute that area. So several people, several animals may exposed to radioactive substances, so cause rapid mutations, cancer to exposed organisms. Now we discuss case study of plastic waste material. Ahmad Khan. Ahmad Khan has a polythene carry bag industry. So he realized, so I am also responsible for the generation of non-biodegradable substances. So collaboration with RV College, RV Engineering College and Municipal Corporation of Bangalore, and he construct the roads by using recyclable plastic. He prepared plastic mixture known as polyblend from recyclable plastic. Bitumen is used for construction of roads. So he mixed polyblend and bitumen and construct the road. So the roads constructed by using plastic mixture, life is 3 times more than the normal road. So the polyblend increase the repelling property of bitumen for water. So in this manner, the roads laid by using polyblend 3 times more durable than the normal roads. So thanks for this innovation. Previously, for rag pickers, they are giving only 40 paisa per kg plastic waste. Ahmad Khan is giving 6 rupees per 1 kg plastic. So in all the states, they implement the construction of the roads by using recyclable, means polyblend. Within few days, shortage of plastic. So plastic become running short in our country. So Ahmad Khan has a polythene carry bag manufacturing unit for several years. He distributed polythene carry bags all over India. He realized the harm caused by polythene carry bags. So with collaboration with Municipal Corporation of Bangalore and RV Engineering College, he construct the roads by using recyclable plastic. So he prepared plastic mixture by using recyclable plastic. This plastic mixture is known as polyblend. He mixed polyblend and bitumen for construction of road. The roads constructed by using polyblend durability is 3 times more than the normal road. So previously for rag pickers they are offering only 40 paisa per 1 kg recyclable plastic. Ahmed Khan is giving 6 rupees per 1 kg for rag pickers. So in other states also, if they implement construction of roads by using plastic, so within few months plastic may be running short in India. Integrated farming. Integrated farming. So integrated farming means zero waste method. They use the products of one farming as a nutrient in another farming, use the nutrients effectively, no need of fertilizer, increase the productivity. Ramesh Chandra Dagar of Sonipat in Haryana, he used integrated farming. Ramesh Chandra Dagar. In his agriculture land, poultry, fishery, dairy farm, dairy farming, apiculture, agriculture. In that area only, in the small area only, some area allotted for poultry, some fishery, dairy farming, apiculture, agriculture. So, in poultry, he collected the excreta of the birds and used as a manure in fish pond. Manure in fish pond. In fish ponds, density of fishes more. Some large fishes may feed on small fishes. So several scrap fishes reach the bottom of the pond. He collected the scrap fishes and used as a feed for poultry birds. Similarly, in dairy farming, the dung, the fecal matter of the cattle used for gobar gas unit and generate electricity for this farming. Similarly, apiculture, he reared the honeybees, several flowering plants also in that area. So due to presence of more flowering plants, so he obtained more quantity of honey. Similarly, in agriculture, the leftover paddy plants and the leftover plants of the black gram, green gram converted into manure and spray in the agriculture land. No need to purchase inorganic fertilizer. Similarly, some dung from the dairy farm also converted into organic manure. So yield increases. So several flowering plants, so abundant amount of honey. So by using dung from the dairy farm, gobar gas unit, he run the gobar gas unit and generate electricity for the entire agriculture land. So in this manner, zero waste method, integrated farming means zero waste, utilize the resources in a better way, more profit. He started Haryana Kisan Vikas Manch. So now at present 5,000 farmers so enroll their names as a members in that club. So integrated farming, Ramesh Chandra Dagar of Sonipat of Haryana, so he started the integrated farming. Integrated farming means zero waste, utilize the resources in a better way, more profits. In his agriculture land, he allotted some land for poultry. He dug the fish pond, fishery, dairy farming, apiculture, agriculture. The excreta of poultry used as a manure in fish pond. So for algal growth, the fish feed on algae. In addition to feed provided by Ramesh Chandra Dagar, so they also feed on algae. The scrap fishes used as a food for poultry. Some dung used as a manure for organic manure for agriculture land. Some dung in for gobar gas unit, and by using gobar gas unit generate the electricity. Apiculture, more honeybees, rearing of honeybees, apiculture, so more honeybees, so they pollinate the flowers of the crop also increases. The waste paddy plants, black gram, green gram, so converted into manure. In this manner, zero waste method, he started Haryana Kisan Vikas Club. At present 5,000 members in that club. So the main aim of this club is to educate the farmers regarding zero waste and to obtain more profit. Integrated farming. So soil pollution, any substance thrown as trash is known as solid waste material. Solid waste material from houses, offices, municipal workers, they collect the solid waste and they dump in dumping yard. To reduce the garbage, they burn the garbage, but the garbage is not completely burned. So lot of garbage left over. Those places become breeding places for rats and other animals. So instead dumping yards, it is better to choose sanitary landfills. Sanitary landfills, so they dug the rectangular trench in the soil. They collect the garbage from the panchayat or town or municipality, keep the garbage as one layer. Above the garbage, they spray the clay. Next day they collect, again they pour the garbage. Above the garbage, one layer of clay. So in this manner, so they keep the garbage at the time. So it is better. So it is better when compared to dumping yard. So the garbage become decomposed. Here problem in sanitary landfills is some chemicals so comes out from the decomposed garbage. These chemicals pollute the groundwater. That is the problem of sanitary landfills. Chemicals pollute the groundwater. Actually, they should separate the solid garbage into biodegradable, non-biodegradable, recyclable. Biodegradable substances, so they buried in the soil, so within few months converted into inorganic substance by the bacteria, microorganisms. So later they should sell organic manure. So wealth from the waste for municipalities. Non-biodegradable substances. So problem is non-biodegradable substances. So it is better to discourage the usage of non-biodegradable substances like polythene carry bag. Instead they carry polythene carry bag. It is better to carry the bag made up of cloth or any fiber from the plants, recyclable material. So generally rag pickers are doing good job regarding recyclable. So rag pickers collect, some rag pickers collect the only plastic bottle, some paper, some glass. The merchants purchase all these substances from rag pickers known as kabadi walas. So kabadi walas and rag pickers doing great job regarding recyclable substances by using the same paper. So again they generate new paper or glass or plastic, recyclable. Agrochemical substances. Agrochemical substances. In the wake of green revolution, the farmers are dumping inorganic fertilizers using pesticide, insecticide. The inorganic fertilizers, unutilized inorganic fertilizers washed into nearby water bodies. Algal blooms increases. During night time, available oxygen is not sufficient. Most of the aquatic animals, plants die. So in several ponds, due to presence of algal blooms, fishes die. So again biochemical oxygen demand increases. Further available oxygen decreases. So such water bodies unfit to live. Agrochemical substances. Radioactive waste material. Radioactive waste materials. So the main problem of usage of nuclear energy is leakage, one problem. Second one is disposal of radioactive substances. So best example for leakage, one is a 3 Mile Island in USA, Chernobyl in Russia. At the time they abandoned several hundreds of kilometers. So no man, no animals are allowed in that area. If any animal allowed or cattle are allowed to graze, what happened? The radioactive substances present in the plants. So the radioactive substances enter into the soil through roots. While absorbing water, the radioactive substances enter into the plant. When animal feed on plants, enter into animal tissue. So while consuming milk or consume beef, so enter into tissues of human being. These substances cause rapid mutations and cancer. That's why they abandon several hundreds of kilometers. Another one is the disposal of radioactive waste material. Nowadays they keep the radioactive waste in a sealed container buried in the soil 500 meters above the 500 meters below the earth surface. But some argue it is not also a safe method. Reason is, so in the same area earthquakes occur. At the time the sealed container contain radioactive substances may damage and pollute that area. Several plant and animal species, animals affected with radioactive substances. E-waste. irreparable computers, TVs, mobile, laptops, all known as e-waste material. E-waste material should be buried in the sanitary landfills or recyclable. So developed countries export the e-waste to developing countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh for recycling. Here manually they are doing recycling and to obtain iron, silver, copper, gold. So next one is case study. Ramesh Chandra Dagar is a farmer from Sonipat village town in Haryana. First time he used integrated method. So in integrated method means zero waste. Waste from one farming used as a nutrient in another, and productivity is maximum. So in his agriculture land, he allotted some place for poultry. In some place, so they dug the ponds, artificial pond for fisheries, apiculture, dairy farming, and at the same time he is doing agriculture. Excreta of poultry used as a manure for the algae in fish pond. So whenever he dumped the excreta of poultry, algal growth is more. Now the fish feed on natural available food. The scrap fish is used as a food for poultry birds. Apiculture, rearing of honeybees, more number of honeybees in that area. So pollinate the flowers in a better way. So yield is increased. The dung used as a manure, some dung used in the gobar glass units to generate electricity for that farming. The waste plant converted into manure as a organic manure, increase the yield. In this manner, zero waste method, he started a organization known as Haryana Kisan Vikas Club. At present 5,000 members. It is represented by 5,000 members. The main goal is to educate or to develop awareness regarding integrated method. Similarly, plastic waste. Ahmad Khan. So Ahmad Khan is the proprietor of polythene bag manufacturing unit. For several years, he realized the polythene carry bag is non-biodegradable, cause pollution. So with the collaboration of RV Engineering College and Municipal Corporation of Bangalore, he developed a method. In this method, he is using plastic for the construction of roads. He obtained polyblend. Polyblend is a plastic mixture obtained from recyclable plastic. So at the time, the kabadi walas offer only 40 paise for 1 kg plastic, but Ahmad Khan is offering 6 rupees per 1 kg of plastic waste. He mixed the polyblend and bitumen. Generally, roads are constructed by using bitumen. He mixed polyblend and bitumen and construct the road. So due to presence of polyblend, bitumen water repellent capacity increases 3 times, That means the road constructed with mixture of polyblend and bitumen, so 3 times more when compared to normal roads. The life of road constructed with polyblend and bitumen is 3 times more than the life of normal road. In all other states, in other districts of Karnataka also, if they use this method, within a short period, plastic running short. So we already discussed integrated wastewater treatment, Arcota. The people of Arcota has taken guidance from Humboldt University. So they collect the domestic sewage into 2 overhead tanks. They kept the sewage for few days. So what happened? The impurities settle at the bottom, sedimentation. Later filter the water and chlorinate the water. Later they transfer the water into 6 Arcota marsh. Each Arcota marsh about 6 hectares. In each Arcota marsh, several plants, they are rearing several plants and animals. They utilize, neutralize or assimilate the heavy metals. So now the water is free from the heavy metals. Now they are using this water for various purposes. So till today, the people of Arcota is doing integrated wastewater in the name of Friends of Arcota Marsh. Friends of Arcota Marsh. So tomorrow we discuss the remaining part of environmental issues.